Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Skillet. In this video, I'm going to tell you about an upcoming project that I discovered that hasn't officially launched yet, but I think it has the potential to be a complete game changer in DeFi and to set a new standard for the way rebasing protocols work. And I think you'll see exactly what I mean in just a moment. So the project I'm talking about is called Rain Protocol. And Rain is a high APY rebasing project that is designed to safeguard against the problems that have plagued so many other rebasing protocols in the past and provide a truly sustainable source of long-term passive income generation for investors. And there seems to be a new generation of rebase projects coming out that are looking at the mistakes of the older generations of protocols and making changes that could actually make long-term sustainability possible. And I've talked about some of them on this channel, like for example, Survivor Protocol, Avion Protocol, and others that each have their own unique twist on the conventional rebasing model. But this one really stood out to me, and I think you guys are going to enjoy checking this one out. So I'm going to tell you all about Rain Protocol. But first, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube sharing my thoughts, experiences, and opinions. So always do your own research and invest at your own risk. Now, with that said, let's get into it. So as I mentioned, Rain Protocol is a high APY rebasing protocol, but this one is unlike any others I've come across so far. So I've invested in many different rebasing protocols, and of course, they're not all created equal. Some of them have done much better than others, but in general, if you've ever been involved in these types of projects, you've probably noticed that there are certain pitfalls that a lot of rebasing projects have run into. So off the top of my head, I'm talking about things like runaway inflation that makes the price go lower and lower over time, pump and dumps, huge whale sells that tank the price, or even in some cases, the team draining the liquidity and rugging the project, etc. And the team at Rain Protocol have come up with some brilliant strategies to safeguard against those problems and provide a way for investors to reap the benefits of a high APY rebasing token in a way that can be sustained over a long period of time. So this is the main website here, okay? And if we go down, you see they have a little description. It says Rain Protocol is positioned to lead a revolution in DeFi with the range-bound rebase token system. So let me start there and tell you what that means. So a range-bound rebase token system is a system that keeps the price within a certain range, okay? And they do this by having a liquidity management system. Now, Rain isn't the first project to have a liquidity manager. For example, Horde has a liquidity manager, although they're a completely different type of project, but you can see on their chart here that it keeps the price very flat. So you don't get these big pumps and dumps, okay? You don't get any extreme volatility, just a very nice kind of flat price movement within a certain designated range. And so in this case, the price generally seems to hover somewhere between about 97 or 98 and maybe up to 112 or 113. And it has maintained that range over many months. Okay, so basically what a liquidity manager does is if the price of the asset goes to the low end of the range, then it buys up more of the asset. And if it goes to the high end of the price range, then it sells the asset, thus keeping the price stable. And of course, when you have a rebasing token, this is absolutely fantastic because with a rebasing token, the number of tokens in your wallet continues to multiply as it auto compounds every single day. But over time, if the price just ends up going down, then the overall value of your investment might also go down, because if the price is falling faster than your tokens are multiplying, then the overall value of your holdings is going to go down. So this is really, really cool to see that they've implemented this range-bound system with such a high APY rebasing token. Now, speaking of the APY, it tells us here the Rain Protocol gives a fixed APR of 1.7% daily, which comes out to a 50,000% APY for a minimum of 12 months. Now that 50,000% APY is going to apply if you just buy it and hold it. So this is the familiar buy, hold, and earn system that we all know and love, but they also offer some additional options to boost that APY. So it tells us here, holders will also have the option to amplify their gains by locking their tokens in the optional Holy Grail for 30, 45, or 60 days and receive up to 2.3% daily compounding yield, which comes out to 440 31,000% APY. And they also say that as we transition through our phases of development, we will scale down the APY to create further sustainability with the ultimate goal of going completely deflationary. Now it says RAIN is a new financial protocol that makes staking easier and awards RAIN token holders the highest stable returns in the crypto space currently. To add to this, we also boast the highest burn rate in all of DeFi, and we'll take a look at how that works in just a moment. Now RAIN is a BEP20 token. Because of the rebase rewards, the total supply is elastic to meet the needs of the 50,000% APY, along with regular 24-hour burns to regulate the stability of the token. And then it mentions again that the RAIN token holders will also have the option to stake their tokens at a rate of 30 days for 1.9% APR, 45 days for 2.1% APR, and 60 days for 2.3 APR. So the longer that you stake your tokens for, the greater the increase in your daily yield. But of course, that is completely optional. You can also just buy and hold, and you're gonna earn that 50,000% APY. Now here we have the incinerator wallet. So by burning 9% of all trading volume to the incinerator wallet, where it too auto compounds, thus creating further deflation before being sent to a true dead wallet, gaining sustainability for RAIN protocol. And then they have their roadmap listed here. So you see they're still in phase 1, and they've gotten through a number of things here, but they're still fairly early in the process as the project has not yet launched. So far they have pre-launch marketing. They are doxed to Simsala, who is the creator of Sphere Finance, and he's a very well-respected figure in the industry. And Simsala is also on multisig. They've launched the DApp beta version 1, Twitter marketing campaign, multi-sig wallets. They've acquired the price management system. They've been KYC'd. They've launched the website, and they have an audit of their smart contract done. So this is looking really good so far. They've already gotten some marketing done. They're doxed to a very well-respected figure in the industry. They are also KYC'd and audited, and they've got multi-sig wallets, which of course is great. And you can come to the website if you want to read through their entire roadmap. I'm not going to go through it all in this video, but they do have some very cool things planned. Now they also have plans to have NFTs incorporated into their system. That is coming soon, so they just give us a little preview here. And then they have some additional links, and we're going to be able to view these things in the white paper in just a moment. And they also have this here telling us that they are verified by Assure DeFi, which is the verification gold standard. Now let's take a look at the white paper. Now first, of course, this project has not been launched yet, but when they do launch, they're going to have a whitelist price of 0.0023, a public launch price of 0.0025, and it says the whitelist sale will be on the pre-sale DApp, and you can use BUSD for purchases. The launch date has not yet been determined, and the whitelist sale will be limited to 200 members on a first-come, first-served basis, with a max buy-in of $2K until the 55K hard cap is reached, with a minimum buy-in of $100. And the launch will be a stealth launch 2 days after. Then they have a breakdown of the tokens allotted for the whitelist sale, initial liquidity, marketing, the Duke Duchess package, and then the total circulation upon launch. And they also give a breakdown of the pre-sale funds. So you see some of it's going to liquidity pool, some of it's going to the range bound system, which is what keeps the price stabilized. Some of it's going to the treasury, and a little bit is going to marketing as well. Now let's look at the taxes. So in order to sustain the protocol with ample resources to upkeep liquidity, risk-free value, hedging against inflation, and to provide funds to the investment fund, we've included taxes into the protocol. So every time that you buy, sell, or transfer your RAIN tokens, you're going to get taxed. Now the buy tax is fixed at 10%, and you can see that 4% of that goes to the treasury, or what they call the King's Vault, 2% goes to the incinerator, which is the auto burn system, 2% goes to the team wallet / marketing, and 2% goes to the liquidity pool, or what they call the round table. Now the sales tax is very interesting. So basically with this system, you're going to have a 20% sales tax, and you're only allowed to sell 2 rebases worth per day. And as long as you do that, you're going to maintain that 20% tax. So in other words, if you're making $50 a day in rebases, then you can sell up to $100 worth of your tokens in any given day, and then you'll still just be paying that 20% tax. Now, if you decide to sell more than that, they have what they call an anti-dump / whale tax, or the royal family tax, okay? So this is going to be that 20% sales tax, but they also add an additional 50% to that. Now that is to prevent people from dumping large amounts at once. Of course, that is not good for price stability, and it helps to maintain the sustainability of the protocol. Now, we all know that with a lot of projects that launch, for the first week or so, that's kind of the time when you have to watch out for people buying up a large amount, and then as the price goes up, they suddenly dump it all. So what the team at RAIN have done is, for the first 7 days, that sales tax is increased to 35% instead of 20% like it it normally is. And then after that 7 days is over, then it's going to go down to the normal 20%. And same goes for the anti-dump/whale tax. So for that first week after launch, if you decide to sell more than 2 rebases worth in any given day, then you're gonna have a 35% sales tax plus an additional 40% added on. And there is a wallet transfer tax. So if you transfer your tokens to another wallet, you will pay a 40% wallet transfer tax. And of course, they have the breakdown of how each of these taxes is divided up, like where it goes, which amount goes to the liquidity pool, to the treasury, to the burn system, etc. And I won't go through all that, but you're certainly welcome to come to the white paper and read through all that if you're interested. And you can also come here and read the deep dive tax breakdown. It's basically everything that we just covered about the taxes, but in a question and answer format. Now in the tokenomics section, they tell us again that there is a 1.7% APR daily compounding reward, which comes out to 50,000% APY, along with regular 24-hour burns. So this is an automated burn system where every 24 hours there will be an automatic burn. And of course that is a deflationary measure that they use to keep the circulating supply of tokens in check. Now they call their treasury the King's Vault, and it says that the King's Vault is essentially a collection of non-native token assets that will be used to further develop the protocol and provide a robust backing for the project to support its long-term growth. So the 5 main things that the tokens in the treasury are going to be used for are marketing campaigns, which is of course very important. And then they have protocol investments. So basically Rain is going to be making investments in other ventures like yield farming, low risk capital investments, as well as both on-chain and future off-chain investments. And they do this to generate profits that they can then feed back into the protocol. And then a large portion is going to be going to buybacks, burns, and the range bound system. And of course those are extremely important to keep the price stable. Then they have some small percentages toward the operation costs and also what they're calling a float. So this is going to be a portion that is completely untouched, that is there in case of dire circumstances or black swan events as kind of a backup supply. And the King's Vault wallet is also protected by a multi-sig or multi-signature as an extra security measure. It will require a 3 out of 5 consensus from the core team. And they say we will be looking to add VIPs and community members to this later on. Now the roundtable is what they call their auto liquidity system, and they tell us market liquidity is of utmost importance and plays a vital role in allowing the smooth buying and selling of Rain tokens on Condex. So by having liquidity, that is essentially how you can buy and sell the token. So of course it is very important, and that is why they have an auto liquidity algorithm that converts 2% of buys and 3% of sells to the liquidity pool. This will minimize the price impact when buying and selling the Rain tokens. So every time a buy or sell transaction occurs, the roundtable will inject automatic liquidity into the market. On each buy or sell order, the protocol smart contract will automatically take 50% of the amount of Rain tokens and will automatically buy BUSD to make the LP pairs. The remaining 50% of Rain tokens will be paired with the acquired BUSD to provide additional liquidity into the market pair and increase the total liquidity of the pool. Now, once the liquidity is added, the LP token receipts from Condex are then burned immediately. So this means that there will always and forever be enough liquidity to trade Rain on the market. Liquidity that is added through Roundtable cannot be drained or withdrawn by anyone and will ensure a nice flow of tokens for Rain protocol investors to be showered with. So this is great. They can't just drain the liquidity and rug the project. It says the auto liquidity function will do this with every transaction, adding more and more liquidity to the pool, which will allow Rain token holders to easily sell their tokens at any time with little to no market slippage. And the incinerator is what they call their auto burn system. So 9% of transaction volume of all Rain tokens traded are burned into the incinerator. The more that is traded, the more that is burned into the fire of the incinerator, reducing the total supply of Rain. And as I've mentioned, they have an auto burn system every 24 hours. They say that they do this daily so as not to incur massive gas fees. The Rain to be burned is accumulated and then sent to the true BSC dead wallet on a 24-hour cycle. The other benefit to an everlasting burn of circulating supply is that due to its deflationary nature, it equates to a higher value of each Rain token, therefore increasing the individual value. And the optional staking that I told you about before is called the Holy Grail. So this is where you have 3 staking tiers where you can optionally lock up your tokens for 30, 45, or 60 days. And the longer that you lock them up for, the higher that boost that you're going to get to your daily rewards. Now, if you do decide to stake your tokens in the Holy Grail, then every day, anyone who is staking in the Holy Grail will be rewarded with a random bonus APR percentage for 1 hour. And that bonus can be anywhere between 3 and 10%. Now, they also have some games that they're integrating with their system. They don't have much information about it yet, but they do say more coming soon. So they have the Royal games, They also have Kingdom Reign, which is an RPG game. Then they also have what they're calling the Knights Brigade, which is their NFTs. And of course, that is also coming soon. Now they have some partnerships that you can check out here on the partners section. It's always great to see when these protocols partner up. And that seems to be a trend lately, and I think that is going to probably continue into the future as different projects can pool their strengths and their resources and create better developments for investors. Now they have their links to their community Discord and also to the Twitter. And one thing that I really like about this project is the team is very actively involved on their Discord. I've been hanging out there a lot and finding out more about the project, talking to the team, asking questions, and getting more familiar with this project. And they do have AMAs, and there's always somebody on there who's willing to answer any questions that you might have. So if you're interested in this project, I highly recommend that you get involved on their Discord. Okay, that's where they keep everybody updated with announcements and news and new developments that the community needs to know about. So this is a project I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on. I think it has huge potential. Of course, nobody has a crystal ball, so we can never know for sure if any given project is going to succeed or not, but this one certainly looks promising, so I can't wait to see how it's going to do. So all right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. That's all for this video. If you got value out of this video, make sure you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell so you're notified of new videos I put out when I put them out. Okay guys, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.